on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield IMG College. Welcome to Nick McDevitt Live, powered by Middle Tennessee Electric, your locally owned electric cooperative and your trusted energy advisor. Our coverage is also brought to you by Ascend Federal Credit Union, the exclusive credit union of Blue Raider Athletics, and by Ascension St. Thomas, official hospital partner of MTSU. Be part of the show by emailing your questions to radio@goblueraiders.com. Now, here is your host, the voice of the Blue Raiders, Chip Walters.
Welcome into Nick McDevitt Live tonight as we come to you from the MTSU campus. Chip Walters here along with the head coach, and nice to have you with us here on this Monday night.
Yes, sir. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yep. Big weekend for Middle as the Blue Raiders captured 2 wins over Charlotte, and we'll break those 2 games down in our next couple of segments, and Kyle Turnham will join us as well. But just kind of, again, we've kind of used this opening segment every week, which, by the way, is brought to you by our good friends at the Murfreesboro Post. Pick one up around town every Monday or log on to murfreesboropost.com anytime. But, I mean, I told somebody the other day, I said the next time Nick McDevitt's team gets a good break, it's going to be the first time this year, because it seems. I mean, your guys have taken more shots and just keep bouncing back. I mean, the craziest one seemed to be the way that they came out against Western when Jalen got hurt and just never missed a beat. Same thing happens this weekend with Dontrell, and your guys just like water off a duck's back. It says a lot about those kids.
Yeah, they've been a resilient group and have kept their spirits up through some adversity and rough times and all kinds of things being thrown at them. And it's especially hard when it happens during a game. That something like that's thrown at you, and any of your players, let alone right at the beginning of the game, or one of your starters goes out, like Jalen did a couple of weeks ago against Western Kentucky, and then there's 10 minutes to go in the game. Our team's playing well, Dontrell's playing well, and then he has the leg injury where he tears his ACL, and that can kind of be deflating for a team, and all of a sudden you find yourself trying to gather your thoughts and your emotions for a couple of minutes, and you look up and you've lost the lead on the scoreboard, or a deficit has gotten a lot bigger. But I thought our guys, although they're sorry and down that Dontrell had gotten hurt, I thought they handled it in a mature fashion and kept playing.
Why do you think that is?
I think that I hate to say it this way, but they've been a tough-minded group because of how you just said it. They've been thrown a lot already, from COVID, the shutdown, that we weren't able to practice over the summer. They're having to do things differently as far as the way they go to class, the way they eat, the way they do anything, the way we practice, and then you have a shutdown, and you're kind of, you get used to the how not normal things are, and so when all of a sudden
when the abnormal becomes normal,
really, I mean,
yeah.
that's really it.
So going into the weekend, you just come off 2 weeks of playing, arguably the best 2 teams in the league right now, most talented, especially unique in the sense that they have very talented big men. And then, all of a sudden here you are in a matchup with Charlotte where you look team to team and say, okay, we kind of match up pretty favorably here, and we're going to have a game here against them. And I don't know. I mean, every day you guys work at it just in kind of a 24-hour cycle with your guys. But as a coach, did you kind of look at that and say, hey, here's one where we legit, can – and there's going to be several of these here.
Well, I think up until Dontrell going down during the middle of the first Charlotte game, we had kind of a stable week of practice. We were having good practices leading up to the Western and UAB games, but at the same time, coming up to that point, we had a fairly consistent group, and we're having good practices leading up to Charlotte, and had another really good one today. We started to stack good days on top of one another, and that's how your teams just keep getting better. We've stacked multiple good practices together last week leading up to the game, and played well both Charlotte games, and then had a day off yesterday and put together another good day today. So just some consistency really in floor time and guys' availability.
And that was not necessarily the case that was happening in November. Or because I mean you're starting and stopping and restarting and all of that. Now they've kind of gotten into that rhythm,
a flow
of what the season's all about.
That's right, and also that there for a while we had 9 or 10 guys, but it seemed like it was a different 3 or 4 that were missing practice. It seemed like every other week. We had enough to practice in some cases, I should say. Some of the series we didn't even have enough to go 5-on-5. But now we are starting to get into a little bit more of a consistent weekly flow.
Yeah, and it's been an interesting few weeks, and this past weekend so nice. And I want to hit this on our first segment because I don't want to get it lost in the shuffle. Fans, you were noticed. You were welcomed back into the arena, and it just kind of, you and I talked about it. Kyle talked about it with us, and Kyle will be joining us on Zoom here in just a bit. But there were a couple of spots in one of the Western Kentucky games, and also in the UAB games, where had you had a crowd there,
a little boost behind you,
a little boost would have made a ton of difference.
Mm-hmm.
And then we saw that the other day, and boy, your guys fed off of that. No, it wasn't 8,000 in there, but 800 or 1,000 folks sure made a difference.
It sure does. Really, it's so different when you are in there playing and nobody is there. I mean, it's really like
is it like an AAU tournament?
It's like an AAU tournament's louder than that. It's a practice against another team. Is really what it's like, and just having fans there, particularly when we'd been going on the road in league play and fans were there, at Southern Miss, at UAB, to be able to come back and play in front of our home crowd. As you said, it wasn't 7,000-8,000, but having 700,000, 800,000, 900,000, whoever the people that were there, you could hear them. Our players could hear them. They fed off their energy, and it was good to have them back.
Yeah, unfortunately, one of the things that you guys like to do, you couldn't do, and that is go greet people after the game. You just can't do it just yet, but that's something that all your guys look forward to, and I'll tell you, the fans really do appreciate it, and they've commented how they miss shaking somebody's hand as they go out the ramp.
I hate it. I hate not being able to have our players out there, for our staff to be out there, because really just wanted to say hey to the fans and thank them for coming and spending their time, their effort, their money, their energy to support our basketball team. It's not easy. I mean, you think about some of the families that come, and a family of 4 or 5 to rush to pick them up from school and get them fed, get them back over to the arena. The money you spend, the time you spend, it's not easy. And to just say thank you for all you do to come out and watch us play, regardless of the result. I think it's important to do that, and our guys get to know some of those people more intimately because of it, because they do see the same fan and start building an outside of basketball relationship with somebody that just says, I like the way you play, son.
Yeah, and they certainly appreciate it, and they eat that up when we all like to get that attaboy and the pat on their back, and especially, you go out and play well, get a couple of wins, and the folks really are definitely appreciative, and they've been supportive through some tough times. There's no doubt about it.
And we can't wait till, we can shake those hands again.
Absolutely. Tonight's Nick McDevitt Live is presented by Middle Tennessee Electric. Service to make your life better. Energy Service Life. We'll go through the Charlotte games from last week when we return after this on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield IMG College.
Love getting prices that are lower than low on backyard favorites like grill-ready hamburgers and fresh-picked strawberries? Then shop at Kroger. We give you more ways to save on the fresh you love with tools like the Kroger app, where you can find personalized coupons on top of weekly sales. Plus, rewards like fuel points, giving you prices that are lower than the everyday low. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Hey Blue Raider fans, this is Dr. Mark Hardison with Middle Tennessee Oral and Implant Surgery. We are so proud to be able to serve the Blue Raider teams and their families when they need wisdom teeth removed, dental implants, or other specialty oral care. Our mission is to provide health care as it should be, providing compassion, availability, and excellence to every one of our patients. We deeply appreciate the support of your business as we join in supporting our team. Let's go Blue!
Quick cash could do you right. Quick cash could do you right. You could win some cash in an instant. You could win it later that night. Fun now, fun later. Add quick cash to a drawing game like Lotto America, Cash for Life, and even Tennessee Cash. Add quick cash to any of them, and you can win cash in the flash. Today's the day to play quick cash from the Tennessee Lottery. It's game-changing fun. Ooh. Now please play responsibly.
What do you think of when you hear community, integrity, commitment, tradition, and partners? The folks at Sodexo know it's family, friends, neighbors, and coworkers, the people we live with, work with, share our world with, and the fans we love to serve. Sodexo is community. It's a community of more than 200 employees and nonprofit volunteers and the thousands of fans we serve at MTSU. Sodexo is a community of people who are committed to enhancing your game day experience. Sodexo, proud server of your game day concession needs and proud to serve the Blue Raiders.
Murfreesboro, you can count on an award-winning service team for all your home maintenance and improvement needs. Lee Company, A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, recognized by Angie's List as a super service provider since 2008, is ready to assist with all your home maintenance needs. Heating and air conditioning, plumbing, electrical, home improvement, and more. Experience the convenience of calling one phone number for all your home maintenance and improvement needs. Call Lee Company today at 615-867-1000 or visit leecompany.com.
Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance takes great pride in treating Middle Tennessee State University athletes. Experts in bones, joints, and muscles, and with more than 60 specialists in locations across Middle Tennessee, TOA has a playbook to get you back in the game. To request an appointment, visit us at TOA.com or give us a call at 855-NEED-TOA. Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance, or TOA, the official team doctors for Blue Raider Athletics.
News Radio WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
Welcome back into Nick McDevitt Live, brought to you in part by Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates, the #1 producing exit realty office in the United States. Find them online at exitmurfreesboro.com and check in and see if Coach Turnham is with us. Coach, can you hear us?
I sure can.
All right, we got you there as well. So, talking with Coach McDevitt, diving into the Friday night game against Charlotte. What was the particular tough parts about the scout for them? Was it they're two really good offensive players, or was it a little bit of an oddity of how they play defense?
Their style of play on the offensive side of the ball is different than what you see from a lot of teams. They're not heavy bouncing it kind of a team. They're predicated more off of passing it, backdoor cuts, playing out of the high post with bigs. They spread you out with guys that can shoot the ball and can operate with a post player up around the high post area, top of the key, three-point line area. And so if you overplay too much defensively, you open yourself up for a lot of backdoor cuts. And our guys did a nice job of – we gave a couple of those up, but at the end of the day, you're giving up twos as the expense of, and not giving up threes. We didn't want to foul them a lot. Last year, our game down there, they won the free throw battle by a large margin. I think it ended up being like 24-8 as far as made free throws when we played them at their place last year. So going into the series, we told our team it's important that we're not putting them on the line over and over to try to take away that big portion of their offense, but also to not let them get a bunch of threes and try to really take away 2 portions of what they do to really score the ball. And if they're going to score, a lot of points, they're going to have to make a whole lot of 2s. And, our guys did a pretty good job.
Held Jameer Young on Friday night.
I thought we did a really good job on him because he's a heck of a player.
Yeah, he really is. He's there's a handful of guys. They kind of remind you a lot of each other. We'll see one of them this weekend in Tavion Kinsey. But he and I think Jordan Shepard to me was, man, he's a hard guard.
He's a tough little kid.
Golly.
I've known he's from Asheville.
Yeah.
I've known Jordan for a long time and went to Oklahoma coming out of high school and transferred back to Charlotte, being close.
He was not going to be a bulldog.
he was not. He was a highly recruited kid. He actually originally had committed to James Madison.
Okay.
And when he backed out of that commitment, he had quite a few bigger schools on him at that point, and obviously ended up going out to Oklahoma for a while, and then transferred back to Charlotte, and he's always been a really athletic kid. I should say young man.
Yeah, he reminded me a little like Rex Chapman-ish kind of the way he played.
He is bouncy, and has really improved his outside shot and made himself a quality guard in this league.
But on Friday night, between he and Young from the 3-point line, total 0 for 2.
Yeah.
And that was a big key. Kyle, you jumping in?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I can't comment on Friday night because I wasn't there, but the thing that really sticks out in my mind about Saturday was, we came off a big emotional win. So you had the emotion of the win. Then you had the emotion of yet another player, getting hurt in the process. And I thought that the team really showed just a high level of maturity on Saturday and coming off the emotional win and the loss of a teammate and played at an even higher level on Saturday. I think that speaks volumes about our kids.
They actually, I agree with you, Kyle. They were saying all the right stuff, for the rest of that game, the first game, and in between game 1 and game 2, just were really exuding a lot of confidence in each other and themselves. Just a really good, mature approach after the game in the locker room after that first one. They were happy, as they should be, but also saying the right stuff as, hey, we be happy for a few more hours. We got these guys tomorrow. And really had kind of a workman attitude about the next day.
In the Friday night game, winning games is important and good, but sometimes how you win that game can mean even more. And your guys came from 5 down with about 5 minutes to play, and you were still down with 3.5 minutes to play, but came back, got the lead, and that was the crazy night where this if you look the stat line in the last 5 minutes was crazy, where you guys.
I think you said they ended up going like 4 for 5.
4 for their last 5 from the field.
And we didn't score a field goal in the last 2:40.
Yeah, in the last 2:40, you didn't score a field goal, and you won.
Yeah.
And you win it by
offensive rebounds and free throws.
Yeah.
I mean, we were. I think we got 4 in a row. It was either 3 in a row or 4 in a row offensive rebounds down the stretch, and then obviously got 2 big defensive stops.
Yeah.
Jalen Jordan stole the ball with about. I guess it's 15 seconds to go in the game, and then gets fouled with 11 to go. Makes both free throws, and then they didn't get a shot off to end the game. So that
was a great sequence right there at the end. It was exciting, and we lost Dontrell that night, but he still ended up being your leading scorer with 16 points and went out with. He was on pace he was going to have 25, 26, 27 points on Friday night.
And I think he ended up with that 16 on 6 of 8 from the floor. And
wow.
That's there are guys that you can get 20 if you shoot it 22 or 23 times.
Yeah.
When you can get 16 on 8 shots, you're playing really well.
All right, Blue Raider fans, get ahead of the game with the best home services team in town for your heating, air conditioning, plumbing, electrical, and home improvement needs. Lee Company is the team to call, 615-867-1000 or leecompany.com. Folks, if you got questions or comments, drop them online at radio@goblueraiders.com. Nick McDevitt Live, presented by Middle Tennessee Electric, coming back after this on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield IMG College.
What happens to your decision-making when you drink? Well, after one drink, you feel confident. A few more, and calling your ex at 1 a.m. seems like a great idea. And you're pretty sure the secret to a great taco is 4-day-old macaroni. The bottom line, drunk you doesn't make great decisions. So you're risking a DUI or worse if you count on him to get you home. Plan before you party. Get home safe. Paid for by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office.
Roscoe Brown is proud to be a longtime supporter of MTSU Athletics and your locally owned HVAC and plumbing company. For 80 years, Roscoe Brown has been the trusted name in heating, cooling, and plumbing for Middle Tennessee homeowners and businesses. We provide 24/7 assistance by calling 1-888-MY-ROSCOE. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Roscoe Brown. People you know, a name you trust. Go Blue Raiders.
Roscoe Brown.
RoscoeBrown.com.
Let's go out west. Camp at the base of a mountain, get some fresh air.
Yes, let's go camping with air conditioning.
We can be hundreds of miles away from the closest person, really live off the grid.
Love the off-the-grid part, but with Wi-Fi.
Whether you're the serious camper or occasional glamper, Ascend offers low rates and flexible terms on RV loans. You can apply online at ascend.org or any of our branch locations. RV loans from Ascend Federal Credit Union.
With COVID cases on the rise, student and faculty safety is more important than ever. RJ Young provides zero-contact temperature kiosks to scan temperatures of every visitor into a campus building. Paired with a database accessed through a QR code, you can monitor and log critical information for tracing needs. To provide COVID protection on your campus, visit rjyoung.com/safety.
Any way you slice it, your game day won't be complete without soft, delicious Bunny Bread and Bunny Buns, an official corporate partner of Blue Raider Athletics. Whether you're watching with friends, cheering in the stands, or tuning in at home, count on Bunny to help block your hunger and give you energy. So pick up some Bunny Buns and Bunny Bread today. It's sure to be a slam dunk.
That's what I said. Bunny Bread.
Murfreesboro Medical Clinic is proud to be the official medical group of MTSU Athletics. We all win big when we work as a team for better health. Just like MTSU's athletes and coaches, our healthcare professionals work tirelessly to make our community proud. At MMC, we really are true blue. MTSU is our hometown team, and your health is our mission. Visit mmclinic.com or call us at 615-893-4480.
News Radio WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
Today's game brought to you in part by Middle Tennessee Electric, and Jay Sanders, the Community Relations Coordinator for Middle Tennessee Electric, joined us to talk about their philanthropic endeavor, Sharing Change. And Jay, tell folks what that is.
Sure. Sharing Change is Middle Tennessee Electric's charitable foundation. The sole purpose of the foundation is to give back to the communities that we serve.
Well, I'm a member, and anybody who is a customer of Middle Tennessee Electric can take part. How do we do that?
Sure. Members like yourself, you can donate by rounding up your bill, one-time donations, or by donating a set amount each month. If you would like to participate, you can do so by visiting sharingchange.org. You can give Middle Tennessee Electric a call at 1-877-777-9020, or you can simply log into the My MTEMC app on your smart device and sign up for Sharing Change today.
Well, it's my understanding that great nonprofits like Endure Athletics, Special Kids, and others throughout the mid-state have received funds from Sharing Change. How do they go about utilizing them?
Well, that's correct, Chip. You know, Middle Tennessee Electric Sharing Change has awarded several $1 million to hundreds of local nonprofits over the years. These grants to local nonprofits directly benefit the members of Middle Tennessee Electric. For instance, Special Kids, a local nonprofit in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, provides therapy to children with disabilities. Or Endure Athletics, which is located in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, provides a mentorship program for at-risk youth. Nourish Food Bank, they're also in Rutherford County, and they provide food to those that are in need. And then there's the Red Cross as well, and they provide assistance to almost every resident who has endured a home fire throughout Rutherford County.
Well, Jay, it's a great program.
Coming
and
up
I hope
on
that
5
people
seconds.
will take advantage of it. Thank you and MTE for all you do for our area.
Absolutely. Thank you, Chip, and go Blue Raiders.
All right, thanks, Jay. And back with Coach Nick McDevitt here on Nick McDevitt Live, presented by Middle Tennessee Electric. And Blue Raiders coming off a win on Friday night, and one of the things you as a coach want to do is how my guy's going to handle it. And you had to put the plan together and kind of go through that cycle. Tell folks what Friday night after a game was like for you and your coaching staff.
Really just trying to figure out what kind of adjustments we needed to make going into the second game. What went well, what didn't, but also how do we change things now that Dontrell's most likely not going to play. We didn't know the extent of his injury, but we knew that he wasn't going to play the next day. So at that point, the dynamics of our team had somewhat changed, particularly knowing Donovan Sims was still out as well. So two of your really smaller ball handling guards are out, and the other guys, the other guards, were not really the same kind of players. You're talking about Jace Johnson, Eli Lawrence, and Elias King, kind of bigger wings than smaller ball handling guards. So we tweaked some things offensively, tweaked some things particularly defensively, and played quite a bit more zone than what we have been. Dontrell particularly is a really strong on-ball defender, but without him, what we're playing now with more of is size and length. You see Elias King at 6'8", Eli Lawrence at 6'5", Jace Johnson at 6'5". So we made a couple of tweaks to our zone and played more of that on Saturday. So our guys did a really terrific job. We were, our staff was in the office into the morning hours on Saturday morning, and just really putting together a game plan. And I thought, Wes Long did a terrific job with coming up with a game plan and really preparing our guys throughout the course of the week.
Kyle, are you there?
Again, I think that the matchup zone was the game changer on Saturday.
I wanted you to talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah, the game was moving along at a routine pace, and obviously, both teams still in it. The matchup zone comes into play, and it completely throws Charlotte out of whack. It did what it was designed to do, which was eliminate driving lanes, make them see the floor full. What it's not always necessarily designed to do, but what came of it was that you got turnovers out of it, and then you got in transition, and you were very good in transition. So anytime that you can play a zone to that level and you can create turnovers out of it as well as eliminating shots and cutting back on shooting percentages, that's as good as it gets.
You're right about that. I give a lot of credit to our staff, but our players did a terrific job of soaking up exactly the way we wanted to do it without live court time to do it. It was really just showing them on the board, a walkthrough on the court, and now it's time to go play. And you got to try to do it on the fly. It wasn't a complete redo of that's not what it was, but it was definitely a tweak of some things that we already do in our zone. And our guys just went out there and executed it really well. And as you said, it just got us. We were able to steal some possessions in the game. The tempo was didn't get too high, which we didn't need it to, particularly being shorthanded. Some guys that normally play bigger minutes, and just stole some possessions while they were trying to kind of figure out what it was we were doing. I think in the first half they scored on 2 of the 12 possessions that we ran it. We had some success early in the second half with it. Then they started kind of figuring out how they wanted to attack it a little bit, but by that time we'd kind of stymied them a little bit because they are a good offensive team, and Jameer Young and Jordan Shepard are obviously 2 guys that make them go, but they've got some shooters, and just trying to change up how they get their shots, where they get their shots, and just trying to really change the rhythm of the game. And our players were able to do that.
As that game went along, Jordan Davis, I think he kind of felt like, okay, I got to pick some things up here. Dontrell's not here. He was kind of the best player on the floor, kind of all night.
I thought he was terrific.
Yeah,
he really was.
Very, very good. You had Elias King. It's like, man, we watch practice and he's lighting things up and doing good things and getting the game, and had some struggles, but to see him compete, see him play and have good things happen while he's out there, that's going to pay huge dividends.
Huge dividends.
And he's going to have to play more minutes just like that.
And
earned them.
The other thing I was really proud of for him and proud of him for was just getting lost in playing the game. And shots will fall. Sometimes when you're a really good shooter, you try to earn your minutes or earn your name or whatever by making shots. And when you start doing that, in my opinion, you can become kind of a one-trick pony. And now when you don't make shots, you play bad. There are other pieces to the game. And that's where I think Elias, although going 4 for 4 is not something you're going to do every night, going 4 for 4 from 3. But what he did do was get 8 rebounds, get an assist, get a steal, get a block, don't turn it over. Went 3 for 4 from the free throw line. And, yes, he went 4 for 4 from 3. But now you could do all those other things and go 2 for 4 or 1 for 4 from 3 and still play pretty good. The night that you go 4 for 4 from 3 and do all those other things, well, now you play great.
Yeah.
And that's really what he had. He had a great game. In 21 minutes, scored 15 points. I think we were plus 13 during his minutes. Now, in large part because of, when he was in there, we were scoring, mainly because he was making shots. But I thought he played really well and wasn't just hunting shots. He was playing ball.
And Kyle, with those guys, go ahead.
Okay, one thing I wanted to bring up was, Coach, back in the early part of the season, you and I talked at length about our struggles in transition offense. And, it's one of the things that, early on we talked about how we complicated the game in transition and really weren't as opportunistic as we needed to be, particularly when, our offense needed some punch. And that's one of the things I think this team has really improved on exponentially is its ability to keep the game simple in the open court and, again, convert those defensive possessions where you work your tail off and get some payoff on the other end of the floor.
Absolutely. We talked to our team a lot about reward your efforts, reward your defensive efforts by, making sure that we're converting in the open floor when we're given those opportunities because our defensive numbers, our defensive efficiency has been really good all year. We just weren't making those things pay off for us on the offensive end, and too many times just kind of complicating things on the offensive side of the ball. And we were just emphasizing over the last couple of weeks about the extra pass, the one more, and overemphasized it this past week. You can't share it enough. And, man, the ball was just popping around the court all weekend. And, obviously, in Game 2, it helps when you shoot the cover off of it like Tyler Millen and Elias King did.
Yeah.
But to get 17 assists on 25 made baskets, speaks to the level at which the team was sharing the ball.
Oh, what do these two wins mean? We will talk about that and more when we return. Tonight's show brought to you in part by Grannis & Associates, certified public accountants specializing in business and personal accounting and tax services. Grannis & Associates, 615-895-1040, and online at gcpas.com. Kyle Turnham, Chip Walters here, along with Coach Nick McDevitt. Nick McDevitt Live, presented by Middle Tennessee Electric, rolls on after this on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield IMG College.
At Ascension St. Thomas, care is more than a word. Care is serving our patients, standing with them in times of need, and showing compassion when they're at their most vulnerable. Care is listening and delivering personalized plans from a team of specialists, providing leading-edge treatments at every step. At Ascension St. Thomas, care is more than a word. It's our calling. Make your next appointment at getsthealthcare.com.
Build a safer campus with security cameras by R.J. Young. Our security cameras are limitlessly smart, scalable, and simple to use. Schools are choosing our security systems as they can be monitored from anywhere and give instant alerts. With COVID cases on the rise, the camera's environmental sensors conduct heat mapping to monitor high-traffic areas so you know where to sanitize often. To provide protection to your campus, visit rjyoung.com/safety.
At TriGreen, we stand behind you with smart solutions to keep your property looking its best. Like our Smart Savings event, where you can get a 1023E tractor for just $90 per month. That's with 0% financing for 84 months. Find more smart savings at TriGreenEquipment.com.
Offer ends 1/31/2021, subject to approved installment credit with John Deere Financial. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Time to try green, time to try green.
The MTSU Alumni Association is proud of its more than 130,000 living alumni who are leading, teaching, entertaining, researching, flying, farming, nursing, and more worldwide. Every Blue Raider accomplishment adds value to your degree. Are you connected to the MTSU National Alumni Association? Visit mtalumni.com to share what you're doing, update your information, and see how you can be involved and informed. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
What happens to your decision-making when you drink? Well, after one drink, you feel confident. A few more, and calling your ex at 1 a.m. seems like a great idea. And you're pretty sure the secret to a great taco is 4-day-old macaroni. The bottom line, drunk you doesn't make great decisions. So you're risking a DUI or worse if you count on him to get you home. Plan before you party. Get home safe. Paid for by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office.
Make a fast break for Bunny Bread, proud supporter of the Blue Raiders. With its soft, fresh taste you know and love, Bunny Bread and Bunny Buns are fan favorites for all ages. Bunny is the perfect three-pointer with the taste you want, the nutrition you need, and energy to go. So score big with Bunny Bread and Bunny Buns today and cheer the Blue Raiders on to victory.
That's what I said. Bunny bread.
News Radio WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
Welcome back into Nick McDevitt Live, presented by Middle Tennessee Electric. Show is also brought to you in part by the Daily News Journal, Rutherford County's first source for news, sports, and much more. Visit dnj.com today. Kyle Turnham joins us by Zoom. And, Nick, one thing, we want to talk about what these two wins mean, because it did bump you up in the standings this week. And also kind of talk a little bit about how you have to look at the standings just a little bit different this year, because not everybody's going to end up with the same number of games.
Most likely not. It's about winning percentage more than just, everybody knowing at the end of the year everybody's going to play 18 games. That's most likely not going to be the case. And teams have already missed games, and, all of a sudden you look at the standings and a couple of teams have played 10, a couple teams have played 6, and it's just some have played 8. And you're just trying to figure out who's where in the standings. So, it's still we're starting to wind down here a little bit with
we're at midway point.
Yep. We hope.
Yeah.
As some have said, is we hope we're just crossing the midway point and still have 8 games left, but you just never know. With the health of your own team, much less your opponent as well. All of a sudden, your opponent gets it, and you don't play. And so every game, obviously, every year they matter. Every game matters, and this year you can't just assume that you're going to be playing next week or the week after that. So
ask Carolina in Miami today.
Yeah, all of a sudden you find out hours before the game you're not playing. And we moved up the standings a little bit and, have a conference or,
Divisional.
Divisional, thank you. That's what I was looking for. Foe and Marshall coming up this week, and an opportunity where you got a chance to move up even more so.
Kyle, I'll put this to you first and let Coach talk about it as well. This is from Jeff Neal. And Jeff said he was reading an article recently that said that some teams would opt out of their conference tournaments if they believe they had bids to the NCAA tournament already in their pocket. Said, I know that neither of you will, but do you think that teams should be able to opt out of a conference tournament this year? And he went on to quote Gino Auriemma from the article, said that he wouldn't mind it at all if there was no Big East tournament this year. So, Kyle, what is your take on teams potentially opting out of conference tournaments? Did we lose him?
We there?
Yeah, you got us?
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
I'm not in agreement with it. I'm too much of a competitor, and if there's a tournament, we need to go play. I don't think you should have the option of opting out. If the tournament itself is shut down, that's one thing, and that is obviously a conference decision. But if that tournament is taking place, I want to win it. I want to win that tournament championship, and I want to go compete. We've seen a scenario like this before, and not to call a conference out, but I've seen it happen a lot at the Southeastern Conference tournament where teams have gone in knowing that they were in the NCAA tournament. For whatever reason, they weren't all that concerned about seeding and basically just went in and gave no effort whatsoever, got beat in the first round, went home and got some rest, got some practice, things like that. I just think that destroys the integrity of what you're trying to do as a competitor. So, my mentality is if there's a tournament, we're going to win it.
I would agree. If you're going to put the uniform
and it's probably going to happen.
Well, I think you need to approach the game, respect the sport, the integrity of it, the people that have worked really hard, whether it's raising monies, everything, all the work that goes into being able to allow us to coach it and the players to play it, then if you're putting on the uniform, you're going to play to win. And I also think it's important that just particularly this year as a university, as a athletic department, as a conference, as a program, being consistent in what your philosophy is in the health and safety. What are you doing? Are you I just don't believe in trying to game the system. In other words, be consistent in your approach. And if that means that something happened on your campus or with your team, or something's going on in the region that you're about to travel to that has everybody on edge, and that causes you to have some great concern, that's one thing. But to try to figure out a way to get rest by not participating when you've been gung-ho about playing all year long, that to me, you're just trying to trick the system, and I'm not okay.
Not
with
big
that.
on that.
No.
All right. We need to take another break. Want to thank Party Foul of Murfreesboro providing our meals tonight. Nashville Hot Chicken, local brews and craft cocktails, great food, great drinks, and great music. Party Foul. Again, thanks to Jeff Neal. Great question there tonight. We'll get into some more stuff here in our next segment, but need to get a break in right here. More with Coach Nick McDevitt here on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield, IMG College.
What do you think of when you hear community, integrity, commitment, tradition, and partners? The folks at Sodexo know it's family, friends, neighbors, and coworkers. The people we live with, work with, share our world with, and the fans we love to serve. Sodexo is community. It's a community of more than 200 employees and nonprofit volunteers and the thousands of fans we serve at MTSU. Sodexo is a community of people who are committed to enhancing your game day experience. Sodexo, proud server of your game day concession needs and proud to serve the Blue Raiders.
We welcome you now to Skateboard Vert. On the deck, it's the Extreme One, Tristan Jaden, dropping in, and whoa, no way!
Did he just frontside backside that?
He did, Brooks. He hit the front of that Extreme Cash instant game, flipped it, scratched the back, and this crowd is loving it.
We've seen extreme tricks before, Ryder, but I don't know how you top this. I really don't.
Take your fun to the extreme with Extreme Cash games, only from the Tennessee Lottery.
Game-changing fun. Please play responsibly.
Love getting prices that are lower than low on backyard favorites like grill-ready hamburgers and fresh-picked strawberries? Then shop at Kroger. We give you more ways to save on the fresh you love with tools like the Kroger app, where you can find personalized coupons on top of weekly sales. Plus, rewards like fuel points, giving you prices that are lower than the everyday low. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Put Lee Company on your team and you'll always be ahead of the game with home maintenance, improvements, and repair. Sign up for a Lee Company home maintenance plan to have your heating and air conditioning system tuned up twice a year. In addition, you'll receive a comprehensive electrical and plumbing home inspection, plus member-only discounts and priority service, all for as low as $8.25 a month. For the very best electrical, heating, air conditioning, and plumbing services, call Lee Company at 615-867-1000 or visit leecompany.com.
At TriGreen, we stand behind you with smart solutions to keep your property looking its best. Like our Smart Savings event, where you can get a 1023E tractor for just $90 per month. That's with 0% financing for 84 months. Find more smart savings at TriGreenEquipment.com.
Offer ends 1/31/2021, subject to approved installment credit with John Deere Financial. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Time to try green, time to try green.
Hey Blue Raider fans, this is Dr. Mark Hardison with Middle Tennessee Oral and Implant Surgery. We are so proud to be able to serve the Blue Raider teams and their families when they need wisdom teeth removed, dental implants, or other specialty oral care. Our mission is to provide health care as it should be, providing compassion, availability, and excellence to every one of our patients. We deeply appreciate the support of your business as we join in supporting our team. Let's go Blue!
News Radio WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
Our good friends game brought to you in part by Middle Tennessee Electric, and Jay Sanders, the Community Relations Coordinator for Middle Tennessee Electric, joined us to talk about their philanthropic endeavor, Sharing Change. And Jay, tell folks what that is.
Sure. Sharing Change is Middle Tennessee Electric's charitable foundation. The sole purpose of the foundation is to give back to the communities that we serve.
Well, I'm a member, and anybody who is a customer of Middle Tennessee Electric can take part. How do we do that?
Sure. Members like yourself, you can donate by rounding up your bill, one-time donations, or by donating a set amount each month. If you would like to participate, you can do so by visiting sharingchange.org. You can give Middle Tennessee Electric a call at 1-877-777-9020, or you can simply log into the My MTEMC app on your smart device and sign up for Sharing Change today.
Well, it's my understanding that great nonprofits like Endure Athletics, Special Kids, and others throughout the mid-state have received funds from Sharing Change. How do they go about utilizing them?
Well, that's correct, Chip. Middle Tennessee Electric Sharing Change has awarded several $1 million to hundreds of local nonprofits over the years. These grants to local nonprofits directly benefit the members of Middle Tennessee Electric. For instance, Special Kids, a local nonprofit in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, provides therapy to children with disabilities. Or Endure Athletics, which is located in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, provides a mentorship program for at-risk youth. Nourish Food Bank. They're also in Rutherford County, and they provide food to those that are in need. And then there's the Red Cross as well, and they provide assistance to almost every resident who has endured a home fire throughout Rutherford County.
Well, Jay, it's a great program,
5
and I
seconds.
hope that people will take advantage of it. Thank you and MTE for all you do for our area.
Absolutely. Thank you, Chip, and go Blue Raiders.
All right, welcome back into Nick McDevitt Live. Tri-Green Equipment knows the value of teamwork. They have the tractor packages with implements you need. Score a new John Deere tractor package at a comfortable, low monthly payment and get back to what really matters, and that is Blue Raider basketball. So trygreen.com for more information on John Deere equipment. Kyle, it's come to a very special, emotional part of our show every week, and that is the 5 random questions. And
I know it's hard for Nick to sleep on Sunday night.
Really?
Being ready to get this harpooning that he's getting ready to get.
You know, I try to put him on a tee for him, but let's get into him. First of all, I try to give a this or that kind of question early on. Last week, I started him out really good, biscuits or toast. He went the right way here. All right, singing or dancing? What is your
dancing?
By far. You were cutting a rug out after the game the other night on the floor.
Showed a little vertical too, as a matter of fact.
He did.
Emphasis on the word little.
Absolutely. Okay. Would you rather speak all languages where everybody could understand you, or be able to speak to all animals?
Speak all languages.
Yeah, to people.
Yes.
Okay. You figure those folks have more to
feedback
for you. Okay. Here's a little Murfreesboro history. See if you can, and I'll give you a little deduction here afterwards. See what you get. Murfreesboro native Jean Faircloth, that was her maiden name, was the wife of a major military figure from World War II. Who was her husband? Have you heard this before?
No, I haven't.
From right here in Murfreesboro. Okay, who did we open with in football this year?
Army.
Okay, this person who was a big person in World War II also spent time as the commandant at West Point.
Really?
Mm-hmm. That would be General Douglas MacArthur.
Okay.
Miss Jean MacArthur, she lived in, there was a house over here by the old hospital that was the Faircloth home.
Really?
Yeah. Have you ever been part of a really good practical joke?
I don't think so. If it couldn't have been real good if I was, and I don't remember it, so I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
Really?
Yeah.
I think you're covering it up.
I don't think I have.
Okay. All right. Okay. A little Super Bowl chat from last night.
Okay.
We were hoping. Or a lot of folks were hoping. We had folks on both sides. And I want to congratulate Mike Caldwell.
That's right.
Who Zeke is now a Super Bowl champion. Saw a great picture of him with the Vince Lombardi trophy today. But Charvarius Ward, Darius Harris did not become 2-time Super Bowl winners. Middle does have one 2-time Super Bowl winner. Do you know who he is?
I do not.
Kyle, would you like to chip in here?
I would if I knew the answer.
How about Don Griffin of the San Francisco 49ers? He is Middle's only 2-time champion. What did you take from last night's game?
Well, as we said last week, I think Tom Brady has stamped himself, I should say cemented himself as the GOAT. It really incredible what they did, to go from – not in the playoffs last year to Super Bowl champs. I think it's the 5th wild card team to win it since 2000 and first since I think 2010 when Green Bay did it. But really an incredible performance to hold that Chiefs team to nothing but field goals. They just dared them to beat them underneath over and over and over. Just wouldn't let them have the deep ball. And once they got up 14-3, you could see they were a little uneasy about not being able to hit it deep, and just an incredible performance by the Bucs.
All right, we got to take one more break, and we will be back to wrap things up and look ahead to the weekend with Coach Nick McDevitt here on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield IMG College.
Congratulations to Ascend Federal Credit Union for being voted Best Credit Union and Best Bank by readers of the Murfreesboro Post. Ascend, the exclusive credit union of Blue Raider Athletics, serving MTSU fans with 6 Rutherford County branches, convenient ATMs, online banking, a mobile app, and 24/7 support by phone. Visit ascend.org to learn more about Ascend's MTSU debit card and annual scholarship. Bank where Blue Raiders belong. Ascend is federally insured by NCUA.
Murfreesboro Medical Clinic is proud to be the official medical group of MTSU Athletics. We all win big when we work as a team for better health. Just like MTSU's athletes and coaches, our healthcare professionals work tirelessly to make our community proud. At MMC, we really are true blue. MTSU is our hometown team, and your health is our mission. Visit mmclinic.com or call us at 615-893-4480.
DoubleTree by Hilton Murfreesboro's heated indoor-outdoor pool makes them the perfect stop to take a splash for your next staycation. Or give them a call and let them help you navigate how to plan your next event. Enjoy flexible event venues that include a pillar-free ballroom and 2 boardrooms. They've got award-winning customer service for you, plus catering and AV equipment rental. There's really nothing that you need that they can't supply. Plus, don't we all love their famous warm DoubleTree cookie welcome?
Roscoe Brown is proud to be a longtime supporter of MTSU Athletics and your locally owned HVAC and plumbing company. For 80 years, Roscoe Brown has been the trusted name in heating, cooling, and plumbing for Middle Tennessee homeowners and businesses. We provide 24/7 assistance by calling 1-888-MY-ROSCOE. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Roscoe Brown. People you know, a name you trust. Go Blue Raiders.
Roscoe Brown. RoscoeBrown.com.
News Radio WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
Back for final time with Coach Nick McDevitt tonight as the Blue Raiders get set. Want to thank TOA for providing orthopedic coverage to Middle Tennessee athletes. Their 65 specialists are experts in bones, joints, and muscles and have the expertise to get you back in the game. With the convenience of 18 locations and 3 urgent care clinics, they've got you covered. To request an appointment, visit TOA.com or call 855-NEED-TOA. All right, this week, travel to Marshall. 3rd straight team with green uniforms on the schedule. Had UAB, Charlotte, now Marshall. Hillbilly ball is a different kind of cat, and they get it rolling up there. What are the challenges of preparing?
Trying to mimic their pace of play. They're the fastest playing team in our league, one of the fastest playing teams in the country. So transition defense is paramount. I mean, you just can't afford to get lost because they're going to be flying up the floor, and most of those guys are flying to the three-point line. And then when you kind of get it screwed up, they've got some guys that are high flyers that can play around that rim as well. You have to be terrific in ball screen coverage. Nothing conceptually that's overly complicated, but because of their abilities as players and because of the pace at which they play, you've got to get a lot of things right in a hurry. And when you take bad shots, they're gone. When you turn it over, they are gone in transition. And they really score it. I mean, they're averaging about 80 a game. I've got terrific guard play. Got 5 centers that can step out and shoot it. So they put a lot of pressure on your defense to get things right over and over.
Yep, they do, and they've got another NBA guy in Tavion Kinsey.
Yeah, obviously we saw that with Charles Bassett a couple of weeks ago. Tavion Kinsey is a highlight and a highlight reel and a elite athlete. But he's turned himself into a really good shooter as well. He was, for a while, a terrific athlete that could be productive because of his 6'5" size and being athletic. Now he's shooting about 45% from 3, so it makes him a hard cover.
All right. Kyle, appreciate the time tonight.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Kyle.
All right, both games this weekend, Friday and Saturday on the Blue Raider Network and on ESPN+. So head on up to West Virginia and bring home something, okay?
That'd be great. Great.
All right, want to thank our audio producer, Jake Wallen, and our video producer, Nathan Wallach. Chip Walters here. Thanks for being with us. Good night from Murfreesboro on the Blue Raider Network.